Hi, my name is Lori Peak and I am an associate professor of sociology, and I also co-direct the Center for Disaster and Risk Analysis here at Colorado State University. And I did my undergraduate degree in sociology at Ottawa University in Ottawa, Kansas. I did a master's of education here at Colorado State University, and then I did my PhD in sociology at the University of Colorado at Boulder. So I love this question very much, and a couple of things immediately came to mind. So when I was an undergraduate at Ottawa University, I was an RA, or resident assistant, in the residence halls for 3 of the 4 years that I was a student there. And I think it was during my junior year, we actually had a guy who was like a streaker who we actually found in the showers in our residence hall, and we had to run him out. And so all the girls on my hall, we like ran this guy out who was in the shower, and that was a little crazy. It was an all-girls dorm, and so that was one of the first things that came to mind. And a second crazy thing that came to mind was I played volleyball in college, and in October, we got to go to North Padre Island, and we played in this volleyball tournament in Texas, and we were all like this volleyball team from Kansas, and we weren't it was fall by then, and none of us were very tan. And we went down there and we went to the beach, and we got really sunburned, and then we couldn't really play our volleyball because we were so sunburned, and our coach was very unhappy with us. I have to say much harder to answer because I love teaching with all of my heart, and so it's really hard for me to say a favorite moment, because every day when I'm in class with my students is really important to me and very memorable. But I have to say maybe a couple of my favorite moments have been sometimes in my big race and ethnicity class, I ask my students to identify what they think their superhero power is, or something that's really special about them. And in response to that, I've sometimes had students share their superhero power. And the last couple of semesters, I've had students that actually, they said singing or performance was part of their power, and they actually sang in front of the entire class, and then the class stood up and clapped for those students. And so whenever I see students supporting students, students learning from students, students uplifting students, those are absolutely my favorite moments. A couple of big things through my teaching. Every semester I have the opportunity to teach the large contemporary race and ethnic relations class, which I am so thankful that Maddie is in the semester that you are in. And in that big race and ethnicity class, every single class period are talking about both historical as well as contemporary race and ethnic issues that are affecting all of us, and we're seeing the ground shift under our feet. And so I think that is a very important thing that I do, that I think about all the time, because every day when I look out at my students, I know that they are the future of the US, and that this is such an important topic to be educated on. So that's one big issue. And then the other big issue through my research, almost all of my research focuses on vulnerable or marginalized populations in disaster. And so I'm working on a lot of projects right now that are both trying to assess how are vulnerable groups prepared for responding to or recovering from disaster, but also how might we engage those groups in proactive and active ways to reduce their vulnerability and to make them as individuals and their communities more resilient. And so that's where a lot of my research work is focused, and something that I care a lot about as well.